So, Brooks Like is a guy who takes slumps really hard and stuff. Been the first guy out on the ice for practice, last guy off. Said you had a long talk with him in the past couple of days. What was your message to him?
It's just, like you've seen him, he's a very intense young man. And sometimes he tries to do too much. And we just looked over his video, his shifts, and then we went back and we looked at his goals, and if there was anything we could find that he was doing different or whatever, and we just had a good talk, and I was so happy when he scored, because he watched the goals this morning, and that's how he scores. The first one was exactly how he gets a lot of them, and he takes everything so personal that you're never going to find a guy that cares more than Brooks Like, and that's why it was hard on him. So to get the 2 goals, I was really happy.
Bruce, you showed a lot of confidence in him the other night. He mentioned the Florida game, that with the game on the line, you put him in the shootout and he came through. Is that just something that can kind of get a guy started? That was a
well, it is. I think sometimes it is, but it's just that I have confidence in him. Whether he went 20 games without a goal or not, I still believe in him. I've had him long enough that I know that eventually it's going to break out. Last year, or the first year, Victor Kozlov went 30 games without a goal, but I'm still putting him out there because I know it's going to happen eventually, and when it does, then I'm not saying floodgates open, but it's going to be a lot easier for them.
Big win after a shaky first 7, 8, 9 minutes there, or maybe even the first half of the first period. What didn't go right for you guys early? It seemed like
you start off with a penalty and then 2 penalties and
3-on-1.
3-on-1, and we don't convert on the 3-on-1, and maybe we just weren't as sharp out of the gate as we would have liked to have been, or maybe they really wanted it bad. Like I watched their warm up pretty closely. They had their game faces on like it was a playoff game, because I'm sure they wanted to make amends for the last game we played them, and they came out really hard, and we weathered the storm. That's why when it was 2-2 after the first, I thought we were in good shape, because I knew they came at us pretty hard, and we would be better, and I didn't know how much better they would be.
Theodore in particular seemed to pick up his game. The first 2 goals were kind of.
Yeah, but he steadied the course and made us feel comfortable in the second period, and we got the lead. I was really secure with him today, and as it was the last game in Florida as well.
Bruce, considering Ray Emery had not played in so long, was it important to get those 2 early goals?
No, I just when guys haven't played a lot of hockey, they're probably a little rusty. So it's always important to score, to come back. They get a lead and we come back, and but I don't know if it had anything to do with how important it was in the whole scheme of things. So
Best save of the night might have belonged to Tom Pody when you guys were clinging to that 1-goal lead. The puck kind of bounced up in the air. Despite that, it missed it, and then I forget who shot it, but he got his skate.
You need things like that to happen to win. And our much maligned defense played pretty steady, I thought.
Coach, you guys have 34 multi-goal games this year, and the league average is 13. What do you think is the difference that you guys have so many more players scoring multiple goals in the same game?
Well, if I say anything, I'm going to get, all I can say is they're good players. And
Not good coaching.
No, it's not coaching. It's good players, and some guys get a feel for it, and then they have good games. It's somebody might do it the next game, and I think it comes with our balance. We got 3 lines that can score, and the 4th line chips in. Like what the 4th line does is they create the momentum so the other lines score. They don't score a lot of goals, but every time you see them pressuring and keeping the puck in, and then we roll the line over, that next line in the line or 2 seems to score. So they're very valuable. But we've got I think everybody on the top 9 forwards are all in double digits in goals, so it's difficult to cover all of them.
Is this past little stretch here the most consistent your offense has been? Right before you went on that West Coast trip, it was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 goals, and then you kind of picked up from there.
Well, eventually it's going to stop. We're not going to score 5 goals every game, but it's nice while it's going on.
Other than the 4th line kind of generate, what is contributing, do you think, to these outbursts? It's kind of crazy.
Get the monkey.
I don't know, but it's not power plays, because we're getting 1 a game. So, I mean, if we start getting some more power plays, maybe, we'll get more. Who knows? I don't know what contributed to it. The guys are feeling it. And they're shooting and they're skilled. So,
Bruce, it
Right.
kind of seemed like Alex Semin put that goal in with a little more extra authority than normal.
I don't know. I just suck away. I couldn't care less if it was creeping in or if it was 100 miles an hour. So, I don't know if I wouldn't say it was an open net. He just wanted to make sure. I'm sure.
I know.
What did you think of his game overall tonight? It seemed like he was very involved, had that between the legs pass. It seems like the past few games, despite the wrist injury, he's really
Yeah.
well.
I mean, I just hope he doesn't think that this is no practicing and playing only is a good thing, because it's not going to last too much longer.
What did you think of John Carlson's play tonight?
I thought he was very steady, really, really steady. Me and George were talking. I don't know when, but he's going to be a real good NHL player. I mean, let's not forget he's only 19 at this stage.
Did he head back to Hershey tonight?
Not tonight.
Tomorrow?
Maybe not tomorrow. I don't know. He hasn't been sent down, so we'll figure that one out tomorrow in practice. Okay? All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.